Alright, so we are going to go through a little demonstration on how to attach these upgraded cables to official SLIMEVR trackers. Here I have 3D printed two bottoms of these cases, or two strap routes for these cases. And with straps that I have most identical to official SLIMEVR straps. So the idea is that with these cables we want to isolate any movement near the connector. How we're going to do that? Very simple. On this side of the tracker, you'll see it with a lid and everything. You'll have the connection port for the extension tracker. I like to pull this strap to the side. Just pull it down all the way. With your cable coming in through the bottom, you might need to wiggle it a little bit, but I'm not forcing this by any means. And it goes through just like this. Now the insulation is kind of thick, so you just want to push it through slowly, so you're not yanking it as to damage the actual strap route for the tracker. We don't want that. And you're just pulling it through until you get it all the way through like that. We want to get this to where we can get at least one wrap around here. You could probably get away with two. And we don't want to pull it by the connector at all, because we don't want to damage that. We just want to be real gentle with this and pull it through the strap route like so. Alright, so now we've got it on the tracker, and all movement is now isolated to the length of the cable. You have two options from here. You can either plug it straight in, or what I like to do is go from the back here. Cable's going to go over and underneath the strap here, and this really buttons it up and makes it look nice. It isolates movement even more. Then you take your cable and you plug it into your tracker, and it would be good to go from there on out, provided you take care of it. You're not throwing it around like a hacky sack. For the extension tracker, it's very similar. I like to pull the strap down to where I have some area to work with, and I take my cable and I push it through. The extension tracker is a little bit easier to do just because there's more room to work with, but that is totally fine. And again, we don't want to force anything. We just want to be gentle and push the cable through. You could do it once, you could do it twice. As long as we're isolating movement, that's all that matters. And keeping the tracker or the connector safe from wear. Let's see, I push this one. I'll move this one down a little bit, get to that center area where there's the most room, and it goes through just fine. Okay. Good enough for government work. And with this, I do the same thing. From the wrap on the strap route, I go from behind the strap, and I want to add another layer of security to this. Just like so. And this would plug into your tracker. And there you have it. Successful install of the improved extension cable. And you should not have to worry nearly as much, just to factor in human error, these cables breaking or failing on you again. But I would like to go over some improvements from the old cables or from the standard cables. The old cables, I wish I had one around. Let's see here. The old cables use a silicone insulation, which is really flexible and it's really great for wearable devices. The problem is that it is too flexible. And if I had something here, I'll have a little pointer. The problem arises from right here. The ferrule, the little metal piece that clips on to the end of the wire, where it meets the wire. As the silicone wire bends back and forth over and over and over again, the wire inside frays and breaks apart and eventually falls away, leading to these tracker errors, cable failures, etc. Well, the insulation on these is PVC. It's a more sturdy, more rigid insulation. It's tougher. It's going to provide more support to that wire inside. Not to mention the rest of the wire being also supported and insulated with more plastic. Having the movement isolated on these wires with the strap route behind the strap, just so there's as little movement on this connector as possible, allows this cable to last and serve the user longer. Another issue was length. People wanted longer cords, they wanted shorter cords. Well, we got all in one right here. It stretches. I have used these cords on my own trackers for months now, and I have gotten reports from other people using these wires that they have made a stark improvement over the stock wires, and definitely is a good move to look into if you're needing these wires. Not to dissuade you from seeking a warranty replacement should you feel the need to do so. Here is another option. There's tons of trackers on the marketplace. No wires. There you go.